It's That Jack with Jack Stockton. We're going in depth. On today's show, Jack sits down with Ashley Everett, one of the world's greatest dancers, who has danced with superstars like Beyonce, Usher, and Neyo. Ashley Everett opens up to That Jack about life, love, and career. Also on today's show, Jack and Ashley tackle one of the biggest issues facing kids today, bullying and the power we all have to stop it. Finally, Ashley will be performing live right here on our show. Now, live, it's Jack Stockton.
Hey guys, here I am. Welcome to the ThatJackShow. I am sitting with worldwide phenomenon dancer, Ashley Everett. Ashley, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. From the bottom of my heart, it means a lot to me. Audience, we've got an audience of young girls that are here today for a couple reasons. But before we get into our platforms, tell me a little bit about your career, who you've worked with over the last few years.
Well, not to toot my own horn or anything. No, I mean, I'm a professional dancer. I've worked with Beyonce for 6 years now, going on 7. Worked with Neyo, Usher, Tina Turner, which is a pretty good one that I like to brag about.
I saw some video with you and Tina, and that was one of the questions that I had today was, do you get starstruck still after working with someone?
I did with her.
You did with her?
Because she's
She's
major.
Now, when you saw her, did you want to do the shimmy?
Yeah. Well, no. I saw her and I was just like, that's really Tina Turner. And when I worked with her, this is in like 2009 or something like that. Or 8, actually, I think it was. And she was 71 and she was still rocking her pumps and her high heels. And I was like, dang!
She's out there banging it out,
doing her rolling on the river.
Yeah. What an inspiration. And I wanted to tell you, too, is that a lot of the experiences that you have, a lot of people get a little bit carried away in that hoopla and the celebrity. How did you stay so grounded? I mean, you work with a lot of people, but I know some of your friends, and they tell me that you're one of the most grounded people that they've ever met, even being one of the biggest celebrities that they've ever met.
Well, I don't really consider myself a big celebrity anyway. So
is she a celebrity, you guys? You think she's a celebrity?
I think she's a celebrity. Thank you. But I don't think I am. I still have I'm from Chico. I'm from here. Like, I have a small town mentality. I never let any of it get to my head. It's all a blessing, and I'm thankful for it, of course. But
for the girls that are watching out there, because there are a lot of girls that aren't in the city of Los Angeles, New York, Austin, Houston, that type of stuff. For the girls that are sitting at home watching this right now, that were you at 6, 7, 8 years old, from a rural Chico, what advice would you have for them in regards to their own personal empowerment, self-empowerment?
Well, number 1 is always just loving yourself. Because you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else, and you can't give anyone else your love. So you have to love yourself. Like, you can't hate on yourself. You have to be your biggest fan. You really do. And just having that.
I think it's key because, we talk about having a best friend that always cares about you. Talking about a best friend that won't let other people talk bad about you.
Right.
But what if we don't have that best friend? Can we be our own best friend?
Absolutely.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
So for those of you watching at home, I think that one of the biggest things that I get from you, Ashley, is I see that you are your own best friend. So you want to allow yourself to, and I don't want to toot my own horn either, but it was funny because I'm always putting myself as a joke of situation. And my nephew came up to me and he says, Uncle Jack, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. And I said, you've got to understand the reason why I am is because I think I am the man. So I am my own best friend, but I think for the kids that are watching at home, no matter what city you're in, it can be a rural city up in North Dakota. It can be anywhere in the nation. I think that the biggest thing is find a friend within yourself. Start finding things that you like about, and you won't let yourself suffer in regards.
And then at the end of the day, you'll end up with more friends, real friends too, not just.
Because positive attracts positive, that type of stuff. Now, When we come back from commercial break, there's something that's really close to your heart. It's close to my heart, and it's close to a lot of our viewers' hearts as well, and that's bullying. Bullying has really swept over, and it's really, I think this last year with Anderson Cooper and my good friend Kelly Ripa out there in New York, they brought a lot of attention to it. But I think that if we can teach girls not only to be their own best friend, but to empower them with self-confidence, so that way they can handle bullying and get through life with a level of confidence. We're going to talk more about that when we come back.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. Ashley.
My daughter has tried all the acting and modeling schools out there. Jack Stockton of Hollywood Studios in Chico helped Kaylee sign with a union agent when no one else could.
We've helped talent land union agents in Hollywood. And now we're looking for kids, teens, and adults for an opportunity to audition for top SAG agents and break into the biz. I'm Jack Stockton. I know what agents are looking for. Call 809-0215 today.
Come join me in Hollywood.
It's time again for the Shorts Film Festival, a two-day celebration of independent short films from around the globe. From drama to comedy, animation to documentary, sci-fi to romance, there is something for everyone. Come join us August 10th and 11th at the El Rey Theater in downtown Chico. Tickets are only $10 for a full day of short film. Visit our website for more information, www.shortsfilmfest.com.
Show your infinite love with an infinity pendant exclusively at the Gold Exchange in Red Bluff. Like you, each piece is unique and one of a kind with its own story. Creations by Carrie, remarkable and distinct. Exclusively at the Gold Exchange in Red Bluff.
My daughter has tried all the acting and modeling schools out there. Jack Stockton of Hollywood Studios in Chico helped Kaylee sign with a union agent when no one else could.
We've helped talent land union agents in Hollywood. And now we're looking for kids, teens, and adults for an opportunity to audition for top SAG agents and break into the biz. I'm Jack Stockton. I know what agents are looking for. Call 809-0215 today.
Come join me in Hollywood.
World-renowned dancer, has danced with Beyonce, Usher, Neyo, is working currently with Ciara. Is that right? Now, we talked a little bit about the differences of dance, and some of the kids in the audience would know the differences. Tell me the difference of dance when it comes to dancing with Beyonce and dancing with somebody like Ciara.
Well, first of all, with Beyonce, we're always in heels. Always. Like, there's not a day that we don't dance in heels or rehearse in heels or just wear heels, period. And Ciara, we're in flats, like we're in sneakers. And she likes to get down and dirty. So it's kind of nice to like have that change, because with Beyonce, we do, you know, hair flipping and like our hands are on our hips all the time. We're being really girly. And with Ciara, we're really getting down like with hip hop, like dancing like dudes.
Now, as a dancer, is there a crave for both?
Is there what?
A craving for both?
Absolutely.
Down there? And
Absolutely. Because I'm trained in everything, so being a diverse dancer, we want to do it all. We don't just want to do one style, you know. And I think most dancers all do it.
And let's talk about training for a second, because how important was training to you in the success of your career?
Incredibly important. That's the key to being a dancer.
Because, you know, there's a perception out there, and I meet them all the time, where they come up and say, if I got what it takes, they will work with me.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because, like, I have a lot of friends now, like, in LA, and who are working dancers also, who have no training, but they're just naturally really talented. Like, they can dance. But if you tell them to do a pas de bourrée pirouette, they won't know what that is, you know? So, and they can lose out on jobs from that.
Absolutely. So being technically professional is just as important as being talented as a professional. And, you know, show business is not just show. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot of business that took you before you got up there and shook your single ladies thing, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what in business you didn't know and that you learned the most.
Well, growing up, I didn't know about agencies, auditions. I didn't know that all that went on. I just thought people were in videos and they were the friends of Janet Jackson and Michael Jackson.
And you all at home felt the same way, right? We feel the same way. How do you do a commercial? Well, you know somebody, or they'll just pick me, or they'll.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to see the need of being more of a professional and having the business side of your talent, right? So understanding what an agent is. And how old were you when you realized that aspect of business?
When I moved to New York, I was like, oh, that's how, like, we started figuring out there's agencies. I still didn't have an agent even when I booked Beyonce. I was 17. I told them I was 18.
And you stood in line for hours, right?
Yeah, I stood in line in the cold for hours.
Hundreds of girls.
I cut and still stood in line for that long. Millions, like thousands. Maybe not millions, but thousands. It was an open call, so anybody could have went. Like, your mom could have went.
All right, before we cut to commercial, tell me what it was like when you heard you made that call back and she wanted you to be her dancer.
Well, it's crazy because, like, I didn't even believe it when they told me. I was like, wait, are you sure? Me? Are you? Ashley, this is Ashley. Do you know that this is Ashley on the phone? Like, you want me? Really? I think my mom was sleeping and I went and woke her up and I was like, they said they want me.
Oh, I bet you did. I bet you did. Yeah.
It was awesome.
And let's talk about your mom and dad for a second, because I know them and we have a lot of mutual friends and they're really beautiful people. When I say beautiful, they not just give you the opportunity, but I think you being wholesome and grounded like you are has a lot to do with Chris and David, your parents. Tell me a little bit about them.
Well, I mean, they're the best parents that anybody could have. Love you guys, thanks. And they've just been supportive from day one. You know, they're the ones who said, let's move you to New York and start you a career in dance and not just
So for the parents that are watching at home who they really want to support their child, but they're afraid, they don't know where to go, they're uneducated, what advice do you have for parents out there that have little ones that want to pursue something like this?
I mean, I think they should just support their kids in their dreams, like, no matter what. That's always what my parents have done. And we might not have known that I needed an agent. We didn't know, but we just kept it moving. We did what we didn't know.
Yo, went out to New York. How scary was that? To go out there by yourself in the beginning without knowing the business,
yeah,
you know?
And being from Chico at that, like, it was crazy, but we just did it. We just did it.
Awesome. Listen, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the anti-bullying and what you look forward to doing over this next year, joining with the That Jack Show and everything that we can do. We'll be right back, guys.
Bullying can affect you in many ways. You may lose sleep or feel sick. You may want to skip school. You may even be thinking about suicide. If you are feeling hopeless or helpless, or know someone that is, please call the Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK.
At the Gold Exchange in Red Bluff, you'll find something for everyone. Jewelry, video games, DVDs, tools, bikes, TVs, stereos, guitars, amplifiers, and so much more. Find something for everyone at the Red Bluff Gold Exchange, next to the post office.
Jewelry, the finest selection, winter, spring, summer and fall. Jewelry, the finest selection at the Gold Exchange. You'll discover it all.
My daughter has tried all the acting and modeling schools out there. Jack Stockton of Hollywood Studios in Chico helped Kaylee sign with a union agent when no one else could.
We've helped talent land union agents in Hollywood, and now we're looking for kids, teens, and adults for an opportunity to audition for top SAG agents and break into the biz. I'm Jack Stockton. I know what agents are looking for.
Call 809-0215 today.
Come join me in Hollywood.
Welcome back, guys. I'm here with Ashley Everett. We're going to take this segment and talk about something that's close to not only my heart, but Ashley's heart as well, and I'm sure a lot of you sitting at home. It's bullying. And whether there are stories of young kids who have taken their own life because they were bullied to the point they couldn't take it anymore, didn't know where to go, who to talk to, we want to address that today. We want to let you know that we care about you and that the That Jack Show, and actually over this next year, we're going to answer questions from you. You can email jack@thatjack.com. I'm also going to give you information at the end of the show on how you might be able to find Ashley online as well and ask